getting maximum value out of Zenyatta ultimately is placement. It's where you are on the map, using your environment because you don't have any means of escape. Like, I have no sort of defensive mechanism whatsoever in terms of my utility and my kit to get me out of a really bad situation. So it's a matter of like peeking and knowing, like, you know, where the bodies are on the map, and then like hitting your shots. Obviously, that's a really big one. Throwing your Discord, calling your Discords out to your team so that everybody can focus that person. In terms of getting like min-maxing in terms of healing, always prioritize the other healer. If you ever see critical on the other healer, that's your get out of jail free card. If your other heal, because we're not main healing on Zenyatta. You're never gonna have a main healer on Zenyatta. Yes, it's a fantastic defensive ult. You want to make sure that you use that at the right times. Don't, you know, like hold on to your trans. Like that's everybody else's get out of jail free card, regardless of the ult. I mean, if it's obviously Blade, like Genji's Blade is a really big one. That's a popular one. And Dragon is a really popular one. Grav is a really popular one. Like these are ults that you need to save to counter defensively. Call out your Discords and then prioritize your Orb of Harmony on your healer so that they can get the job done in terms of main healing. And then after that, focus tanks. Let the healers worry about other DPS and whatnot. But if you can keep an orb on your main tank, Reinhardt, Orisa, and then keep like an eye out on your other healer and your off tank or your other main tank if you're running a double shield meta, then prioritize that. Otherwise, it's about leading. You know, it's about leading your shots. Like, try to map out the trajectory of your target. You know, take advantage of your right clicks. I'd say, like, even if you don't have a full right click charge, you can throw a right click if you peek out. You come out of a blind and you peek out, and you only have like a quarter or a third of a charge. Throw that right click, or that mouse too, and then make sure you have your Discord thrown on them. Let them know, let your teammates know that person is weak and that you have Discord on them. You would just say, like, if this is a Ryan, you'd be like, Ryan discorded, Ryan discorded, Ryan discorded. Bam, you're dead. You know what I'm saying? That's max value out of Zenyatta. Oh, and recognize as well what how big your actual trans is. This is a good, like, you have about a 15-meter radius on either side of you in terms of circumference for your ult. Make sure you're getting value out of that. All right, so that's pretty much Zenyatta. I mean, the hardest thing about Zenyatta really is hitting shots and making sure you call your Discords. Baptiste. Baptiste has a much larger kit, has a lot more utility, does more damage than Soldier, which is very odd. That's going to get nerfed, so enjoy it while it lasts. Your immortality field is Baptiste. Keep in mind that if you break LOS, then it breaks trans. Yes, that is also that. LOS, it breaks trans. Very much like your IF lamp, right? So here's the IF lamp. You see how the circle goes all the way around? See how the circle goes all the way around this part? If I am out of the line of sight of my lamp, I'll show you again when the cooldown is over. You guys are gonna look down to the bottom left-hand corner. You're gonna see this little block, and that's what's keeping the 40 health that you have left blocked, right? So take a look at the bottom left-hand corner. Take a look at my health bar, right? I'm going to throw this lamp right here against this pillar, which is a really great place for a lamp, especially if you're battling somebody right here. But notice as I move forward, even though I'm in the circle, I'm out of LOS of the lamp. So I'm not getting the benefits of that immortality, right? So just make sure in terms of your lamp that people are going to be within line of sight of that. So take a look at these robots, for example. We're going to corner peek this, and we're going to take this fight. I'm going to throw the lamp down in a position where, oh, well, that's actually LOS, because I put it a little too far back. You see that? I'm like just out of LOS of that lamp. Right? So I'm gonna place the lamp down like right here against this pillar so that they're within line of sight of the lamp. The lamp can give the immortality, and we can stand here for the 10 seconds that it's gonna be up and take these free shots. Count in your head how long the lamp is gonna be alive. Make sure that nobody else is shooting that lamp and taking advantage of its LOS, so because if that lamp goes down and you're not prepared for that by like taking a step back or jumping up and healing, then you know everybody is kind of screwed. So for example, if we're taking a corner peek, you have zero clue that LOS is a factor for the lamp. Yes, it absolutely is. That's why placement is so important. Lamp is concerned. So for example, I'm gonna throw this lamp down after these bots. I'm gonna throw this lamp down. You know, I'm going to count in my head. I've got 10 seconds of the lamp not being shot at. So the lamp is going to have its full 10 seconds up. Is it 10 seconds or 8 seconds? I'm pretty sure it's 10 seconds. I think it's a full 10 seconds. Lamp is going to be up. I'm going to drop this window. So we're going to stand here and take advantage of my ult, take advantage of the lamp, the immortality field as well, so that I don't have to worry about healing, and I can just do more than soldier damage by taking shots as well as the rest of my team while they're all getting the benefits of this window. So let's say, for example, these two robots are shooting here. Oh, also, you can rotate. You can rotate the window. So if you're like coming into a fight from a flank, you can drop the window for somebody like an Orisa that may be like right here and wanting to take shots in this direction. You can turn it by pressing your ult button again. For me, it's Z. A lot of people say it's Q. A lot of people's is Q. So here's what I'm going to do here, right? I'm going to drop the window, go ahead and take a couple of shots, drop the lamp. We're going to get some benefit out of the lamp here. I'm counting in my head. I'm like, oh, we've got, a few seconds left. I'm going to go ahead and charge my jump so that I can jump out of there, maybe even give them a shift for the regen so that they can get back to max health. I'm going to jump out of LOS for the enemy team that is opposing my team. Go ahead and get my job done as a healer. Maybe I have another immortality, and then we can clean up. We can clean up together, knowing that everybody is getting the benefits of the lamp there. Makes sense? Work on your kinesthetic awareness of your shift so that you know how far. You have 10 meters ahead of you that you can get anybody that's in your line of sight, which is pretty much going to be the entire field of vision that you have on your monitor. Anybody within the field of vision of your monitor, when you shift, they're going to get the benefit, and they're within 10 meters, they're going to get the benefit of your regen, right? So I can throw this regen, maybe take a couple of shots here, if my teammates aren't super low in health. I can take a couple of shots after giving them a regen, and here we are again. I've got a lamp cooked up. We're going to take advantage of this lamp. They're cleaned up now. I'm going to jump out of there. I might even give them a regen before I leave, which I did out of time, but that's that. Fall off is really important. Fall off is less the damage output with Baptiste and more about placement of your crosshair depending on how far away you are from your target, right? So for example, if I'm super close to my target, I know that my spread, any 3-round burst is gonna bump the gun up. You notice the gun starts to travel up a little bit as you take a shot. Notice that the gun bumps up a little bit. Any 3-round burst in most Halo, I think VR in Halo is the only gun that actually doesn't have a recoil. If I am this close, if I'm within like a 10-meter radius of my target, I can just aim directly for the head and know that I'm going to get all 3 of those shots in there. Notice that I back up another 10, so I'm like 20 meters behind. If I aim for the head, it's actually still pretty good in terms of the spread there. But definitely 30 meters back. If I aim for the head, that's not hitting all of the shots, right? I think it's 2 bursts to the dome this close. Yep, 2 bursts. So it's going to take like 3 bursts back like this far, 30 meters back or so. This being said, the way that the gun is lifting up, only 2 to 3 shots hit the head, exactly. So, thank you, Chris. So the way that the gun is lifting up, you have to kind of calculate, just depending on how small your target is and how far away your target is. Like if I'm super far back, I'm going to want to aim for the feet. If I'm like halfway through like this, I want to aim for the chest in hopes that I get 1 or 2 dinks to the head. I'm getting maximum value out of the clip of the gun at that point, right? If I'm aiming for the chest there, I know that I'm going to get 1 or 2 key headshots, which are a critical hit for that target, right? So even with a window, it's going to take 2 shots, right? But just kind of calculate your recoil and recognize your recoil is going to lift the gun up. If you aim for the head really far away, you're only going to get 1, maybe two dinks to the head. That's not a lot of value there. You want to get at least 1 or 2 more into the body. So like when someone's really far away, I would rather see full body shots with no dinks to the head going into that target. And as Baptiste, because you are support, you're not DPS, you are at very minimum cleaning up or setting up your DPS for an easier kill by getting health down. You don't want to go full rogue with Baptiste and try to hit some sort of crazy flank unless you have a window and you have no hit scan on the other team and you can get away with being at a higher, like if for example, I've got like a no hit scan. I've got like a Mei and a Torbjorn on the other team. I would never see that comp. I can come up here, know that I'm not going to be super affected by another hit scan, a Widow, or even a Soldier, or maybe even another Baptiste, or whatever. A Hanzo who's not hit scan but can one-shot to the dome. I can come here, I can throw a window down and take full advantage of their comp. And then, you know, that's the only time you ever really want to see a Baptiste like pop off and go rogue and just like focus on DPS. To get maximum value out of Baptiste, you want to be healing minimum 60% of the time. This then falls into the category of, okay, well then what's left click and what's right click? When do I prioritize shooting my gun and healing my teammates? When do I prioritize DPSing? And because that's like all of the value of Baptiste right there, right? Is the fact that you can actually be a viable DPS option for your team, which is why you're seeing a lot of Baptiste and Zen combos where support is concerned. Unless you're ML7. If you're ML7, you can get away with doing absolutely anything you want to. What is that combination there? How do you, like, I'm playing Baptiste. I really want to get good at Baptiste, but my teammates get mad when I DPS, and if I'm not healing enough. Well, you're doing, like, Baptiste is a fantastic burst healer, right? Like, I can get these guys that are almost down. I can get these guys that are almost down all the way back to max health and keep them invulnerable for a while at maximum health to, like, finish this fight. That makes sense? Like, that fact alone makes Baptiste so good. That's really it, right? So, for example, if I'm like, if we're in like just a choke fight like this, I'm sending out, I'm like, actually, I could even potentially set me and my teammates up with a couple of heals. Well, I can't really give that example right now. You can look straight up, and before a fight actually begins, launch 2 or 3 grenades, take some shots, and not have to worry about messing up your sequence, because you know that those grenades, if there wasn't a rock roof up there, those grenades would actually come down, you know, about halfway through your clip, halfway through your magazine anyway, and heal you. So you can then take advantage of that reload, knowing that like the first round of healing has already happened, and then pop off to the side and make sure you're out of LOS of the team, your opposing team, and then do your job as support, that is to heal. In the middle of a fight, different people have different combinations. I think at max DPS and healing value, the combo is right click, left click, right, left, right. So you've been able to take the same amount of shots mathematically as on DPS as you were healing. And the trajectory of your, obviously if they're super close to you, the trajectory of the grenade's not going to go super far. So you have a little bit of forgiving space here to continue to like get some shots done for the people that are close by you. The thing with Moira, it's a handful of things. Okay, so her shift obviously is fantastic. That's a get out of jail free card. Moira can shift out of every ult. She can shift out of every ult. There's not an ult that she can't get away from. The only thing that she can't fully get away from is a hog hook. If the hook lands. If the hook lands, you're toast. Oh, expect shatter. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anything along thinking about anything along those lines, like a shatter or a Doomfist slam, like you have to just kind of like anticipate them. Where Doomfist is concerned, if you're about to get slammed, like you see the circle that happens around like where their target's going to be. Obviously, if that's you, just wait for a second. You can actually hear in the audio cue for Doom when he's like just about to drop. That's an easy wraith and then a damage orb if they're low, and then you can go ahead and start sucking. This is mouse 2. Here's Moira in a nutshell, chat. All right, so that's Moira. You pretty much learned it. You're not low enough yet for me to heal. Actually, you're not low enough yet for me. You might be low, but maybe the other heal will take care of it. I'm going to Wraith in and throw a damage orb and start sucking. Yes! Oh my gosh, I'm golden everything. I'm carrying right now. I mean, no, like realistically, you know, to be a decent Moira, you do have to make sure that you are sucking a lot. Sucking meaning like actually like doing damage, because that's what replenishes your spray. Take a look at the right, like at the bar on the right hand side. This is your P, right? This is your heal P. The only way you get this back is by doing damage to other people, or you can just wait over a period of time. So I can throw like a damage orb, let that skill orb actually do most of the work for me, and then all of a sudden, after half of a battle, I have a Coalescence, which doesn't do as much healing as it does damage now because of the newest patch. So take advantage of being a DPS Moira by then, you know, throw in that Coalescence somewhere, then throw a skill orb after that to do your cleanup for you. Like, that's Moira. Okay, Ana.
Never
Ana. Here we go. Hipfire, your mouse one is actually a projectile, so you have to lead it a little bit. When you are scoped, it is essentially hit scan. I think it technically would still not be hit scan because it is coming from a projectile, but it's hard to say. Ana's kind of interesting, and I don't know as much about Ana as I would like to. I'm still learning her. Like, I literally just started playing her a couple of weeks ago, but the things that I have recognized is just, you know, making sure that you prioritize your grenades the right way. A wasted grenade is a wasted grenade. It's very easy to waste a grenade, especially if there are two tanks on either... sorry, if there are two tanks or even one tank with a shield. Biggest thing for Ana, I would say, get into practice range and literally practice throwing your grenades. Map out the trajectory of your grenades. Map out how long it takes to get from point A to point B. If you're going to throw an anti, make sure that it's actually worth. Positioning is so important with Ana. I mean, like, here's the thing. With Ana, I can stand way back here and be an effective healer for this guy right here. Look at this. I am all the way out of LOS for any enemy that could ever want me, right? That's free heals for my team. It's free heals for my team. And then again, map out like the trajectory of your grenade. It does shoot pretty straightforward. There's not a ton of arc on it. There's only arc if you make there be if you put arc on it by looking up. Same thing with like a Baptiste heal grenade. You can look straight up. You can throw your grenade straight up. It will take it a second for it to come back down. So you can go ahead and throw it to get that cooldown kind of buffered a little bit. And then, yeah, that's really it. Oh, I guess another important thing is the sleep combo. OMG, I keep getting slept and then soloed by an Ana because they come up to me and they kill me immediately. Like, as soon as I wake up, I'm immediately dead. Here's the combination for that. I'm going to sleep this guy. I'm going to come up to him. Maybe I have a little cooldown left on my grenade at the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to sleep this guy. And then I'm going to shoot him first and then throw an anti and then shoot him again. All right? So, all right. This is a... we'll call this Baptiste that's just like went rogue on me. 200 health. Bam. Ah, he's sleeping. I can take more shots. I can heal a little bit more. Mouse 1. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to do it a little faster next time. Okay, I'm going to sleep him.
Yo, whenever you guys are ready,
shoot him. I'm going to come here. I'm going to shoot him. Anti, shoot him again. Okay. He's dead. That's how fast that happens, especially if you're super up close to it. That's the other key as well. Be super, super close to be close enough to the person that you're getting the benefits of the grenade by it healing you and anti-ing them. Right? You don't really want to do that from distance. If you safely can come up to this person. There you go. Shoot, grenade, shoot again. Bam. They are dead. And then you can punch to clean up as well.